Now, what are the additional features in the list view? As I told you earlier, you can use the sorting in the list view based on your requirement, like ascending or descending order based on the alphabetical things. And you can also restrict the data visibility based on the profile permissions. Like suppose sales rep can see only the data they own, and the managers can see their data as well as those engineers who are working under them. So based on the list view profile permissions, you can control the data visibility as well. Now, another good feature which list view has, that is the merge action. Now, I will explain it a bit. Now, merge action means suppose you have to change up change the owner of 100 opportunities. Now, instead of going each and every opportunities to change the owner, what you can do, you can go to the list view, you can select all the 100, and at the same time, you can change. Instead of going to every single opportunity to change that particular owner, you can do it on like a mass action. So this is the additional feature in the list view you are getting. So now we will come to the part for demo and the case study. So recent days, like COVID-19 affected the whole world, and based on this Salesforce analytics, the complete WHO and all the healthcare team and everyone is using this Salesforce analytics, using getting the calculation, how many are affected, what is the death rate, what is the requirement of like that the vaccinations and all those part. They're doing completely using this Salesforce analytics. Now, if we come to the COVID-19 worldwide statistics, based on the positive cases and sorting countries in descending order, so you can see here are the death records. Suppose, as I told you, like you can see top 10 records. So this is the graphical representation you can do based on the top 10 or top 100 requirements. So in this current pandemic situation, everyone is using this Salesforce analytics to make their data visibility for all over the world, keeping the record of the COVID-19 data in this lockdown tenuity, positive case counts, what is the mortality rate, and the graphical representation of this every data. Now, coming to this one, you can see like the size of coronavirus lockdowns. You can see like these are the graphical representation of this, and based on that we can select top 10 or top 15 countries here where the lockdown affected and what are the peoples are there, and number of people placed on enforced lockdown due to the coronavirus pandemic per country wise. So this is the graphical representation of that. So this is a very powerful tool where you can put or input your data, and based on your requirement you can see the graphical representation. You can also do the forecasting, and you can give or keep maintaining the vaccination data. We are all are doing these things using this particular Salesforce analytics things. Now, what are the evolution on this field? So there are a lot of CRMs available in the world, but recently the Salesforce is the #1 CRM in the world, and they're bringing the companies and the customer together in the digital age in the field of powerful technologies, cloud, mobile, social, and artificial intelligence to connect their customers in a whole new way. So what's happening here? All the companies, those previously were using the software, and they have to use, like a lot of databases to keeping their data and all those stuffs. But now when the cloud is blooming, all are using the cloud versions. Now, coming to the next point. So Salesforce Customer 360 Degree is our vision for how we help customers with our digital transformation. Now, if this pandemic don't hit this world, we don't even know whatever the exposure we have on the cloud. But what nowadays the cloud is blooming, and we are focusing on the Salesforce Customer 360 Degree. Means they can access it anywhere, and they can do whatever they have to do in the Salesforce platform. They can do it from their side. Now, whatever the top companies, they are giving a single source of truth about their customers. This integrated CRM platforms unites their marketing part. They can control their sales part. They can use their commercial part as well. And also they're providing their service and maintaining the data using this Salesforce. So suppose there are a few companies which are like doing the marketing part. They can use the Salesforce for the graphical representation of the marketing details, their data, and they can keep data in the Salesforce as well. And same, they can do it for the other prospects as well, like sales, commerce, service, and everything. So a single shared view of the customer is provided to these teams so that they can deliver the intelligence. So as I told you, like using the CRM, not only you can see the marketing data, you can see all the perspectives, what you are doing in your companies. And based on their personalized experience, customer expect from every brand and build lasting trusted responsibilities and relationships. Now, there is a big difference in the market we saw that's in everywhere in the world, such as we can see it in America, in the EMEA part and the APAC part as well. Now, if we come to the APAC part, especially in Asia, it's much faster or further than the rest of the world in terms of digitization. So all the countries in the world, they're trying to move their all the data and forecasting everything instead of the historical data. They're trying to digitalize it, and they are trying to maintain and contain their data in the CRM. So they're choosing the Salesforce as the number one CRM, and they're using it, and it's now blooming. Now, within the financial services industry, for example, like data and the machine learning, it helping companies to grow Salesforce system, analyze the data, what are the spot of the patterns, the trends, and make automated predictions. As I told you, this is called the forecasting thing. The prediction means that based on the trends, they can forecast for the next one with more speed and the accuracy. Now, if you come to the historical part, you can make forecasting based on your historical data, but that will be a assumptive one. We can completely rely on that one. And if you come to the accuracy part, we can give max to max, it will be 60 to 70% accuracy based on the historical data. But when you're using the Salesforce platform, using the Salesforce analytics, whatever the trends you can see, what are the patterns for those, and based on that you can create a forecasting and you can get at least 90 to 95% accuracy on that particular one. And all our customers at the industries is a different of size, are challenging us in different ways, which makes our work so interesting. So there are few industries which has thousands of records, where which has others have a million of records. So based on that size and requirements and their visibility, their checkings, their forecasting, we need to do a different, like we need to use a different way in order to achieve those. So handling 1,000 users and handling 1 million users, they're a complete different way to control their data visibility and all those, which is very a challenging one. And it's this is the interesting part where you can do for the Salesforce, and this is the best part of the Salesforce analytics. Now, in the last few years, we have changed the relationship between the data and their customers. So instead of giving the manual data, they're using the Salesforce CRM, and they're using this Salesforce CRM. The customers are also getting the clear visibility what is the things are happening and what they are getting. So instead of getting it manually, they can see from anywhere else. So therefore, the platforms needs to be smarter, faster, and artificial intelligence. That is the key for this business success. So they're using the artificial intelligence part as well in this one to improve their org, improve their customer management, all those parts. And we are hoping from the Salesforce end that by the end of 2024, 75% of the enterprise will change from plotting uh, to operationing their artificial intelligence, driving an enormous increase in streaming data and the analytics infrastructures. So you can see, like, within 2024, it's going to be acquire a 75% of the enterprises, whatever they're available in the globe, using this artificial intelligence and using this Salesforce CRM, they're going to do their analytics infrastructures and their streaming of data. Now, another trend we see how the organization will have this analysis practicing their decision intelligence, including decision modeling, and they're also using the graph analytics and maintaining the like relationship between their customers, determining the strength and the direction of the relationship between objects. These are the graphical analytics part in the Salesforce, which we can do using the dashboards, reports, and all those parts. So you can see, like, from the historical turnover, how it's booming. Like in 2018, like a digital data analytics historical and the forecast turnover, it's showing us on dollar part. So in 2018, it's only 15,426, and in 2021, it's already jumped up to 17,566. So you can see how it's trending, it's going up and above. And as I told you, like within 2024, it's almost acquiring 75% of all of these. Now, we will discuss why we will choose Salesforce as a career and what are the opportunities in this Salesforce analytics. Now, there are a few sides of Salesforce. The developers are there, the administrators are there, the analysts are there, and there is a huge demand in the world for these developers, admins, and analyst, consultant, and the job which require the talent and the experience with the service are growing. So day by day, you will learn new things while working with the Salesforce, not only in any particular admin or developer or analyst. If you're working with Salesforce as a consultant as well, you will like every 3 months there will be a release going on. Whatever the new features are coming up, you need to cope up with that. You can learn something, new features are coming with the analytics and all those stuffs as well. So you can cope up with those new things as well. So you can see like these are the Salesforce role are so often get shout outs like these are the indicative of an amazing opportunity they have in the present. And clearly, Salesforce development especially is a strong choice right now. Instead of a software developer, whatever they're running, that's for the future thing, like that's a historical thing. But nowadays, everyone is moving to the Salesforce and doing the Salesforce development and getting a huge amount of salary hikes and shout outs on that part. Now, top countries like US, India, Australia, Canada, the United Kingdom, the Singapore, these are the top countries which are offering more employment for the Salesforce developers, admins, and analysts and the consultants. So you can see like there are huge opportunities in the like your career path. You can grow yourself and you can get more job opportunities in the abroad. If you want to go abroad, there are a lot of opportunities, and India as well, they're booming up right now. So there are good career opportunities using this Salesforce analytics, and it's going up and above nowadays.